I know.
What's this?
I don't know. So we were just up in Oklahoma for my birthday.
28, if you didn't know.
Yeah.
28 going on 28 for how many years?
Yeah, for a lot of years. So whenever I travel, which isn't terribly often, but whenever I travel,
yeah, gotta go hunting.
Gotta go whiskey hunting.
Because
you never know.
You'll see staples everywhere in the country, but every individual liquor store, be it even the major chains like Total Wine or, your average mom and pop, they're going to get different things because of how the distribution system for liquor works.
Yeah, distribution's different, and some states. Well, I would say like this. So our local, 5 minutes away, right, has every benchmark
ever
you can buy,
including the really bad one.
And they always have it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You go
5 miles south.
5 miles south to Round Rock.
And
same chain store.
They only have bonded and single barrel.
Yeah.
And also the bad one.
If they have it, you know what I'm saying? So, so whenever we go places, especially new cities, different states, you always go hunting for stuff just because. You never know what you're going to find.
You were hunting, you gave me a call.
Yeah, I gave you a call.
You gave me 3 options.
Yeah, I was torn. So in a prior video, we had talked about we don't have a whole lot of stuff finished in Madeira.
Yes.
Right? Madeira is a type of
wine.
Fortified wine, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I had never seen this company before. This is the Neeley family distillery, the Old Jet Brothers Kentucky Straight Bourbon. So this stuff is a little more crafty as far as it's more like a craft distillery, so it's not like a big old Forester or a big Buffalo Trace.
That's correct. They're in Sparta, Kentucky. And I appreciate how thorough they are on the bottle. It's finished in Madeira barrels, proofs of 107, and it was finished for 6 months.
6 months, yep. And the cool thing with these guys is they do a double pot still distillation.
Really?
Yeah. Oh. So where in Kentucky, most people are doing the big, long column stills.
What's the difference?
Briefly,
a pot still is primarily used in, Ireland.
Yeah, Scotland, Ireland.
Scotland.
That it used to be.
It's a big giant still, bulbous in nature.
Yeah.
It usually creates a softer
flavor
profile?
A little softer flavor profile. When we went to the TX place, they said they column still for the stripping run, then they use the pot still that they had for their finishing run. And the distiller said the reason they do that is because they feel like they get more red fruits and stuff out of their bourbon.
Out of their pot still?
Yeah, that's what the pot still does.
That makes sense. Whereas the column still is the most commonly used still in the United States.
Yeah, and they use them in Scotland and Ireland as well. Mm-hmm. So it's not.
The column still is significantly more efficient than the pot still in terms of pumping out a high volume of.
You can run those column stills 24/7 as long as you got fresh mash going in there.
Whereas the pot still, you
gotta clean it out.
Yeah.
So it's a little more of a pain in the butt. Mm-hmm. But a lot of old school, you think about old school moonshiners.
Yeah.
They're using copper pot stills because
the pot still is a much simpler machine than the column still.
Yeah.
The column still usually creates that strong cherry note that you get in bourbons, right?
Yeah, it can. I mean, it's a good question. It can. I've never really looked into it super hard. Column stills are just a bit more efficient.
That's what I remember them saying about the column stills at Iron Roots and TX. They said something about how it creates confectionery sugar, the cherry notes, all that jazz.
I'll take your word for it. So these guys, interesting. Said we knew nothing about them. I called you. You were in Texas. I was in Oklahoma, and I called you because I had a little bit of a dilemma. So
I briefly researched them. They're a more craft distillery, as you said, but they have a ton of releases.
Yeah, and in our state, I've never seen this. In the state of Texas, which is wild, 7 hours north in Tulsa, Oklahoma, they had it there, and really wasn't moving a whole lot. I mean,
But you'd expect that from a craft
yeah,
place.
especially this day and age where every knucklehead's out there, you know,
Well,
they're hunting, you know, all the normal. Look at that Park Hills. That's a store pick, isn't it? I
is
guess
that the
not.
place you were at?
I don't know.
Park Hills Warehouse. Yeah, this is a
So
store
it's a
pick.
store pick.
Oh, cool.
So pretty cool. So they went out of their way and maybe they picked a barrel or whatever. But that's what I know about these guys. Like I said, not a huge distribution. We haven't seen it. I've never seen them in Texas.
That's very pretty on
To be fair, I've never seen them in
I've never seen
anywhere.
it anywhere.
Vegas, Arizona, California. I've never seen them, period. But I thought it'd be fun.
This is the first foray into this
Yeah.
distillery, and I'm just going off of those. I'm very happy that I recommended that you pick
Holy
this one up.
Nikes with Madeira wine, man. You almost can't even smell bourbon in it, can you?
Not really.
I mean, that's just...
Obviously, it's there as far as the alcohol content is concerned.
Yeah, but it's just super, super fruity, like just very Madeira wine forward, you know?
I wish I had Madeira.
Excuse me. Yeah, I don't know. I think in the video, a couple videos ago, we talked about these guys back here, the 1792
Oh, Thomas S. More.
Thomas S. More. I think I have a Madeira wine finished bottle of that. This is just very, very, very winey, very jammy.
Strong oak tannins too, which is nice.
Yeah, a little bit. Let's try it and see if it's I forget what I paid for it, but
It was like
70.
50, 60. I remember it being quite reasonable for the price tag.
Oh wow!
And worth every penny. Good
Wow, that
Lord.
that almost drinks more like a scotch.
You think so?
Yeah, there's something about that initial. I mean, you definitely you definitely can tell it's pot still. It's super soft and creamy. But yeah, I'm getting more bourbon notes.
On the retro?
I think it's like 20% rye, so it's like 70, 20, 10.
I see.
So it smells awesome, but drink it and think like a Madeira finished Speyside Scotch. Man, that tastes malty. Wow.
Yeah, I can see that.
Wow. I don't know why.
Is that potentially like youth?
Could be. Yeah, so that's one of the things with these guys. There's no age statement. It just says Kentucky Straight. Right, so you're going to be...
What's the minimum on Kentucky Straight? 4 years?
4 years.
I bet dime for dime if the mash bill is what you say it is, that's youth.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I read about these guys is that sometimes they get knocked on because they are a little youthier.
Yeah.
But they're kind of a craft distillery and they're trying to pump stuff out, and I get it. So this, to be fair, this wouldn't be like an everyday drinker for me, but it's very interesting. If you like interesting whiskeys.
It is interesting. It's a good use of younger whiskey, because younger whiskey, as we've noted in past videos, it has a tendency to be a little effervescent, bright.
Yeah, it can be very those freaking disgusting candy corns that I gotta buy because I'm gonna make you try some, just so you know how disgusting it is.
Only if we film it for the channel.
Yeah, of course. So it's probably. I mean, it's probably 4 years and a day. So that goes for a lot. Not all, of course, not all, but it goes for a lot of finished whiskeys as well. Right? Because one of the ways to get younger whiskey to not taste younger is to double barrel it, put it in an Ambarana cask, put it in a Vindinaraja cask, put it in a Tokaji cask, right? That's how you take younger whiskeys and you make them not taste quite as young without letting it sit for another 4 years in a barrel. You know what I
That's
mean?
expensive.
Because it just takes time. And if you're trying to pump stuff out and get stuff out to the people, you know, one of the ways to do it with younger whiskeys is to, you know, experiment with different barrels.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
And 6 months in another barrel is quite a
Pretty standard.
Yeah, a lot less time than another couple of years.
Well, Trails End does theirs are 4 months in those Gariana barrels.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we
good.
just did an Old Forester 1910 review. They're about, you know, 6 months minimum in secondary barrels. You know, maybe up to a year, where like the Woodford Double Oaks are like year and a half. So you can take younger whiskey and make it not taste super young. I like what they did with this. I think you're right with that maltiness. I think that's just the youth coming out in it. But still a fun one to bring. Like if you go to a bottle share, or you go to a buddy's house, and if you can find it, be like, oh, this is just, try this. It's wild.
It's interesting, yeah. I get a lot of the bright corn notes on the front, but it plays well with the
See, I'm getting
the
more like
tannins,
prunes
the
and
grapes.
plums and shit.
Yeah, that's fair. That's not all too uncommon considering what it is
It's
finished.
Madeira wine, right? Yeah. Super interesting. I'm glad we bought it.
Yeah, neat stuff.
I mean, it might have been a little expensive. I think that was I bought 2 expensive bottles. Inexpensive by what we were buying or what I was buying that day. So I think this is around $60-$70. It's a store pick, so they obviously they like the Madeira wine finish. Yeah, very interesting.
I'm glad you picked it up.
Stoked to pick it up.
Interesting. I would like to try some of their regular offerings.
So that's
because maybe the youth is less indicative of these cats, and it's more what the store owners.
It could maybe
it
could be, but these guys are, from what I've read, they're kind of known for their experimentation with secondary barrels.
Cool, I like that.
So I like it. Very different. So just disclaimer.
Very odd.
Just this is kind of a whiskey nerd or whiskey dorks type of whiskey.
Yes.
So
yes, indeed.
If you think you're going into this and you're like, oh, I'm drinking Old Forester, Buffalo Trace, or Bullet, I'm like, no, you're freaking not. No, this is. I'm not. It's not bad. It's very good. It's just. This is for whiskey curious people, I think. Right. So if you're curious and you like having fun, you know, you like trying.
In a similar vein to the World Whiskey Society, or even even more complicated short barrel offerings.
Yeah. Same idea. It's for adventurous people. So if you're, I don't mean to piss anybody off, but if you're just hunting for
hunting's sake,
and you're only buying what people say is cool, you're missing out on wild stuff. Like, this is super good. It's just different.
Good find. So, would you buy it again?
I'd probably be okay with one bottle.
One bottle?
Yeah, just because it's not, the Madeira wine is not something that finish. You know, 9 times out of 10, I'm just drinking regular bourbon.
Sure.
So it's fun to have in addition.
As a accent.
Yeah, I don't think I need like 2 or 3 bottles of it to have. You know, because I don't think it's going to get drank that much. This is more of a, if you're going somewhere or you're with your buddies or whatever.
Buy it once, fun at parties.
Want to try something wild, like this is cool shit, right?
Yes.
And then you pull this out. But like for me personally, now, if you were, if you're coming from the Scotch world, you know, maybe this would be a little more
your speed,
up your alley. You know, if you're used to drinking, you know, like a Speyside, that's just your daily. This could be interesting.